We have gone live. What's up, Dahmer? We're going live here. We're going live on Twitter. We're going live on whatever it's called. the sphere. The YouTube sphere. The YouTube sphere. Zach, I am not late. I am late. Like I am not late. I'm not late. Why people tell me I'm freaking late? I'm not late. Zach, maybe you think you're early. We got a lot to talk about, Dom. Giant related stuff, I'm guessing.
You're not late. You turned up exactly when you intended to. You just didn't tell anyone else when it was going to be.
I just didn't tell anyone else where it was going to be and when it was going to be. That's why it's shocking. So we got the Tyrod Taylor news. We got the season kicking. The season has technically kicked off already.
As of 1 minute ago.
As of 1 minute ago, the season has kicked off. We are now officially kicked off for the season. We are now rolling and moving and doing all that fun stuff. We're broadcasting live on Twitter. We're now part of what they refer to as Twitter media. You have to be an invited guest to do that stuff. We're gonna have a big announcement later today to give. I'm giving back to the fans, Dom. I'm giving back to the subscribers. I've said that a million times. I'm giving back to the subscribers. Why? Because I feel like I need to. Right, Dom?
And because you're a nice guy, a positive guy who, no, in all seriousness, look, you do genuinely, enjoy the comments you get by and large, the debates you've got, the friends you've made, and I think you do genuinely appreciate each and every subscriber you get, even though you never thought you'd get to 10,000. You have, and it's well deserved. And I don't know how much you appreciate that, just as we appreciate you. And having given you a loving, I now need to take the mick out of you for the rest of the show.
I was gonna say, Dom, I appreciate that, my friend. I think that was very nice of you to kiss my ass for a good couple minutes. But you know what,
Tyrod, I didn't get wonkered.
you're not gonna get wonkered yet, because I don't know where the wonka button is.
I think you're gonna get away with it. Not up in here. Not up in here.
I know where the not up in here button is. I don't know where the wonka button is, but I know where the not up in here button is. I like Zach's comment because he's the only comment.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta love. Tim is late. What the hell are the Cowboys doing? Are they embracing the tank? What is going on with the Cowboys? I didn't even see what was going on with the Cowboys.
Who?
The Cowboys, the Cowgirls, all them in the central things with people. I don't know.
Who are the Cowboys?
I don't know who the Cowboys are. They're this team.
Well, I mean, they've had to ship players outright, but
you mean they had salary cap issues?
They had salary cap issues, which of course is not a thing. It's fluid and will always be okay and won't ever come back to bite you. Oh, hang on.
Wait a minute. It's shocking that they had salary cap issues.
Oh, who knew? Who knew?
That never happens. Ever.
Oh, dear me.
Let's talk about my favorite topic. Malik Willis. Bringing the We're going to explode this with Malik Willis, my friend, because you know what? It's happening. You have the haters. You have the naysayers. You have the assholes. I love the people I see on the Twitter sphere going, "We're not, this just proves to me that Giants aren't drafting a quarterback." Really?
I'm not quite sure how you can make that judgment.
I don't know how you exactly. I don't know how you ascertain that judgment that we're not drafting the quarterback because of the fact that Hell J is in the house. Derek is cranking up the train. Let it go.
All aboard the Malik Willis Express.
It's awesome when you have everything in front of you on the Twitter sphere. It's just not Twitter. So what the hell this is just called? Julio Jones got released. I didn't even know Julio down by the schoolyard got released. Well, down in Julio down by the schoolyard. Didn't even know it. I feel that he's washed up.
Yeah, I think it was a very good move on the Falcons moving on. I thought it at a time, and I think that was proved to be the case.
I think he's washed up, and I think he's just released. He's great. Dom.
Mind you, he might be able to go to Jacksonville because they like paying a lot for wide
Jacksonville's
receivers. Says the team that did it last year, but
Jacksonville's got a crap load of cash that they're spending. Look at Evan Engram. How do you not look at Evan Engram and say, where the hell did he get that money?
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how he goes this year, right?
I said I did a video. I do videos. Did you know this, Dom?
It's news to me.
I did a video that said Evan Engram would get anywhere between 9 to 10 million. I wouldn't be surprised if you got like 3 years, 36 with incentives. He gets 9 million 1 year up to 10 with incentives.
Yep, spot on. I mean, the thing is, there's not a whole load of available tight ends that have the ceiling he does have.
Right.
You know, I think I've always felt that Evan Engram is a better player than he ever demonstrated in New York, and that a new team, new environment will be good for him. We'll now find out if that's the case or not. But you know, I think he's a nice weapon for Lawrence to have down there.
Now I see someone saying that James Bradberry is staying. Why do people saying that, John? Because I don't know. I have to Google that.
I mean, the latest I've seen is that he's not going to be cut or traded before the new season started. That was about 10 to 4.
Because of the fact that people are stupid, and I said this.
Exactly. So that's what the news about him staying is.
By calling people stupid.
That's what the news about him staying is. It's not that he's staying in terms of he's here in September 2022. It's he's staying because we haven't cut him beforehand, and now we have to pay him the $2 million. Well, in the grand scheme of things, I'll pay the $2 million. Thanks very much. Because if we trade him, it goes with him anyway. For a start, and for a second, it's like if you're going to get the trade, you're going to get less of a hit if you trade him, and you'll get a pick.
Right. Exactly. And I think it's funny, and I think it's interesting that that we have to look at it this way. And I said this before. This is what people are all worried about. $2.5 million are guaranteed at 4 p.m. today on that contract. Well, after the start of the new year, I don't know where people got this expectations that we were moving on from him before the start of the year. I don't get it. Explain it to me, Don. Make me feel better.
Well, you're not. Look, there's going to be a market. There's going to be a market for James Bradberry, right? You know, you'd hope that you're getting a sort of a higher mid-round pick, but even if you got, say, a 6th round pick for James Bradberry, and I think you can get more, but let's say that's better than a kick in the nuts, and it also doesn't cost you as much. So therefore, why would you look to cut him when you get any kind of trade for him? And you'll save some money, even if the pick's rubbish.
I have a question. What's worse than the kick in the nuts?
2 kicks in the nuts.
Don't push it.
I'm sorry. Evidently Rambo wanted to come in.
I think you were right the first time.
I'm trying to find my hotkeys button here. The hotkey button that'll help me know where my buttons are, because I haven't pushed the buttons on the thing.
That's what she said.
I haven't found I'm still working on getting my keyboard labeled.
I would say I'm surprised because, I mean, and in fairness to you, you haven't had 6 weeks to do it so far.
I've had more than 6 weeks. Smart ass.
I know. So I was right. You haven't had
Smart
6
ass.
weeks.
I've had
more than 6 weeks.
I have had more than 6 weeks to get this up and running, and I haven't yet. But you know what? I know where something is.
Get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I got something. Hey, Grant Anderson. I think the Giants should move out of MetLife.
Yeah, I was shocked that wasn't the message.
I think the Giants need to move out of MetLife now. Can we do that now? The Dallas Cowboys are down and bad. I'm loving every second of it. Well, we're not that great. We're not that great. We don't have Dak Prescott. We don't have Ezekiel. We don't have Michael. We don't have Parsons.
Do you think the Cowboys right now, and this is the way too early? Do you think they make the playoffs this year?
Oh, it's way too early.
It's way too early, but I mean, but my view would be that they are probably one of the teams in danger of falling out. But I don't think that's at the expense of the Giants, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah, it's way too early to make.
Way too early, yeah.
About what the Cowboys are doing. But I want to get back to Malik Willis. You're supposed to say okay.
Well, I was waiting in anticipation.
Okay, wait in
and reverence at your greatness.
Thank you. The Giants and their infinite wisdom came out multitudes of times. Sarcasm. Shut up. A multitudes of times.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
I've come out multitudes of times and I've said we want a mobile running quarterback, a scrambler. So they go out and pay Tyrod Taylor $8.5 million guaranteed. I love the people that go, well, the contract's only worth $11 million because the rest are incentives. Well, let me break it down for the slow people. And I've said this before because this dance ain't for everyone, only the sexy people. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The problem with that is you have to, yes, I will have coffee. Sorry, my wife's pinging me. You have to look at the totality of the contract. When you submit a contract to the NFL, it does not say on the contract, you have $11 million, even though it's really 17. No, the contract is submitted as a 2-year, $17.5 million contract, which includes incentives. It doesn't mean it's an $11 million contract. Dom, talk me down.
The contract is what the contract is. You know, it's how much we pay will depend on how much he'll play. But you know, what I do think is that I thought the Tyrod Taylor was interesting. I don't think he's going to light it up. I don't think he's going to be the great messiah. But I think he's either a very good backup. I think he probably starts right now, week 1. If I had to put money on it right now. But I think he's a quality backup, or a mentor to whoever the young quarterback is that may come in, or even Daniel Jones potentially. But what I do think is most interesting, the thing that struck me when we took to Tyrod Taylor is we are traditionally stand in the pocket, throw the ball, passing quarterback. That's what we look for. He is not that. This is a clear difference to the traditional Giants quarterback, and I think that's what is most interesting about the Tyrod Taylor pickup.
I agree. I don't disagree with you at all. But the thing is, they said
that makes for a boring stream. Give it a go.
That was a boring stream. I think the coffee was better. What does EBR 27 have to say? Actually, the Giants had started the league year only owe Bradberry $100,000 per Garofalo. No, he's guaranteed immediately $2.5 million at the start of the year. Garofalo, who I remember, is an idiot. He's guaranteed. His contract is guaranteed for $2.5 million. It's like a roster bonus.
Yeah, I thought it was 2.1, but he's certainly over £2 million.
It's
dollars. Sorry.
If it's pounds, it's more than that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
What did no one suggest? No one even suggested this except for you. And I pray you're right. Taylor could be the starter. Here's the thing with Taylor fits the Buffalo offense. He fits what they want to do with like a Josh Allen-esque. He fits. Daniel Jones doesn't fit.
I mean, to be clear, we don't know exactly what offense that the Giants are going to run, but I think that the OC, whose name always escapes me because he's just going to install the playbook. Kafka, thank you. We don't know what he's going to run, but it's going to be Dable. Dable will set it, just like Judge said it for Garrett last year. But I think this time Dable will be more hands-on than Judge was with Garrett because he's got a first-time OC who's not been in the league that long, and he's going to have a clear way of going about it. So while we don't know what it's going to be, I think it is a fair assessment to say it's going to be similar to the Bills' offense.
Right.
And we will find out week 1, but I'd be shocked if it was much different.
We will find out week 1. Week 1 will come about. We will find out. But I have a feeling that if you are going after a scrambler and a running quarterback,
gotta get to work.
Dance with me, Dom.
That's right.
Come on, Dom.
Yes. Come on. My name is Willie. I keep the leg.
Come on, man.
I'm wearing a woolly jumper. I can't dance.
Got to do the whole dance. Dom, if you're not going to.
Congratulations to you. You rocked it. I didn't want to, ruin your mojo.
You ruin it every time you're on.
And your subscriber count.
My subscriber count. My Dom's subscriber count goes like this.
It goes south quicker than a Jake Fromm pass.
All right,
that was comedy gold.
Well, I'm gonna announce this a couple times because we got a lot of regulars in the room. We're gonna announce this a couple times. I'm doing something for the fans. Fans. I don't like calling people fans. I don't like calling people subscribers. I'm doing for the people that tolerate me. What I am doing, and I'm waiting for it to finally clear. It has been tested. It has been submitted. We are launching the online Big Blue mobile app. You can now listen to all the videos. You can now watch all the live streams. You can now be connected with Twitter directly with our Twitter account. And you can also download and have at your hand, at your disposal, all the podcasts on your phone. Football on your phone. That's all. Now, because I've had people say, they miss things and they can't hear things, and sometimes they're going. I have built this app. So you can, and the app is free. A free app. And you can now do whatever. Like I said, you can listen to everything. You can now also listen to the live streams via this app and even comment on the live streams via the app.
It's all singing, all dancing, free. What more could you ask for? I am genuinely quite looking forward to this. And I believe I'll be testing it on Android in the coming days. Right?
It has been submitted to the Google Play Store already. It takes about 3 days. We are waiting. Dom is going to be testing as well. There's 2 versions of the app. So I'm going to let everyone know when it comes out. If you have an Android phone, it'll come up to the Apple Store soon, but I got to get the kinks done out of the Play Store first. I'm an app creator, Dom. What's the name? Online Big Blue Mobile. I know.
Do you know what?
I'm original. I'm original. I didn't want to say it, but I'm Online Big Blue Mobile. It'll be at the Play Store soon. I don't know yet. I submitted it yesterday. They say it takes about 3 days.
So I'm going to go 2 days time.
I'm hoping. I check for some reason I check every hour. Because I'm
so going to be up all night going.
I really am, because it took a while to build this. This is actually a labor of love, and I paid for this. Like I pay for everything else out of my own pocket. To the point my wife always tells me, the idea for the channel is to make money, not to spend money you are not making. It's free. There will be no advertisements on it. And you can watch the show, listen to the show, watch the archives of shows, watch the podcasts. And there will be something special coming on in about 2 months that we're using this app for. I don't want to say.
That's a big build-up, right?
There's
big build-up. 2 months down the line.
2 months down the line, we will have something with this app that has never been done by any other YouTuber in the Giant community.
I'm taking the piss because I always take the piss, but I'm excited for this secret thing that's happening in 2 months' time.
It's secret. Who else would build an app for the subscribers?
Literally,
what moron would spend his own money? And it's not cheap to build an app.
I'm going to suggest that was a rhetorical question about which moron did it.
That'd be me. This moron. But
this guy, me.
me. Let's go to the Google Play Store. Hold on. Google Play Store. Let's go to the Google Play Store. See if it's up yet. I check like every hour. I really do. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll just type in online.
I'm really hoping it comes live whilst you're on air, because I think your reaction will be priceless.
No, it's not. There's the Giant app, but it's not live yet. But I am launching this app because of the fact that we've had so many people say, they missed the live streams. They can't find all the podcasts. So I figure, you know what? Let's set up all these RSS feeds. Let's put them all together. Let's have it. So and then I'm also going to, when the season starts, I'm going to have the schedule, the scores, and maybe injuries. I haven't decided yet, because first I have to get the first version of the app to work.
The injuries, judging by previous seasons, I'm hoping there's a lot of storage.
There should be a lot. It's 18 megs. 18 megs, the size of the app is.
I'm going to say, wow, that's a lot.
I don't know if that's a lot. My developers tell me it's a lot. I don't know. Because I wanted to add a lot of stuff to it. But it's going to be.
It's going to be mint.
It's going to be mint. It's going to be mental.
Mental mint.
I know that. I like that scene better from The World's End. Tyrod Taylor signing makes Willis drafting makes sense because he'll mentor all the quarterbacks. And I mentioned in the comments before, the O-line moves make sense. They need the okay. This is the thing about. I'm going back to Malik Willis. I'm tired about pontificating about how wonderful I am.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
This is news to everybody.
I know, it's shocking.
This is bigger breaking news than anything else that's gone down today.
Okay, Glowinski. His number for this year is what, Dom? Do you remember? Because I said it on the video today.
No, I don't know.
His cap hit number this year is $3.5 million.
Oh, I thought you meant his jersey number. Sorry, I was like,
no, his cap number.
Yeah.
So okay, so you got him. You got Feliciano. Now Feliciano has missed 15 games over the last 2 seasons. He's only started like 36 games at a 80 something. He's only had 300 snaps over the last 3 years at center. But he's going to be our center. So you have your center, you have one of your guards, you have Andrew Thomas. You then draft your mentor running quarterback who has mentored Josh Allen, Blake Martinez, and the Duck.
Herbert.
And so then what do? You bring in Malik Willis. And we know it will happen. Tyrod will get a lung punctured on the sidelines. Malik will start. And we'll all be sitting there.
Malik Willis.
Bring in the boom for Malik Willis.
I was going to say, as Tyrod checked, that we haven't got the same trainer as the Chargers.
So that's Jones is better than Tyrod Taylor. And crack is better than marijuana.
I was going to say, I mean, I think that I don't think there's much between them, but they're different types of quarterbacks in terms of style. To be honest.
They're totally different quarterbacks. Oh, and then I'm sorry, you take Malik with 5. I'm going back. Shut up. Take Malik with the 5th pick. And then what do? You run back. That's running back. You know the problem is I'm in the gym too much now. So I have all this extra energy and testosterone. It's scary. So then what you do is you run back and you grab your tackle. You grab Icky. So now I have 3 new offensive line starters. Andrew Thomas. I don't know who the 4th is going to be. 5th is going to be. I don't know yet. I have my quarterback.
Shane Lemieux, maybe.
Maybe Shane Lemieux. Who knows? I have my quarterback that's going to mentor Malik. I have Davis Webb now in the meeting rooms, in the locker room, in the weight room, working with Malik. I trade Daniel Jones. And then what happens if I trade him post or pre-June 1st? I save $4.5 million. I incur a $4 million dead cap number, but I save $4.5 million.
I mean, it all logically fits together. If I'm honest with you, no one knows what the Shane is going to do. But I mean, there is a lot of logic in the fact you bring in Tyrod Taylor means Daniel Jones is not the quarterback of the future because they are totally different. You want your quarterback to play backup quarterback to be a similar player. That tells me that Daniel Jones doesn't have a future here, either because of a neck or because he's being traded. And right now, you take whatever you can for him. Quarterbacks, you're always going to get. If he was a different position, you're looking at a 7th round, 6th round pick. You could probably pick up maybe a 5th for Daniel Jones, maybe more, but probably a 5th for Daniel Jones. I still think the concern will be around the league about his neck, but someone somewhere as we get closer to the start of the season will get desperate and will want to try and bring someone in. And if Jones is available, they may well take the punt. So I think it is more likely as a result of this trade that Malik Willis is drafted than I did 2 days ago. If I'm honest, I think it makes perfect sense that logic.
T-Brad has been arguing with fanboys, evidently. All week about Malik Willis. Oh my goodness gracious! I'm so jacked up. I think there's a problem here. I think I'm out.
What's he been? What have they been saying? I'm intrigued, T-Brad. I'm intrigued.
All I know is
What is wrong with you?
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew right now. Actually, I'm all jacked up on this supplement, and then with this something else. I don't know. And then you gotta take protein with it after you're done.
I don't go to the gym. I mean, you can tell, right?
What's the name? Snoop Doggy Dog. Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. What's my mother blanket name? Sorry, that's from a song. Let's see what the comments. Daniel Taylor does.
I think he was asking what your app name was. It was a chance to give yourself.
I know. I already said it. Shut up. Does the app have sound effects like "How dare you question Joe Judge"? Daniel, where the hell were you? Where the hell were you in the app meetings? That would have been awesome, wouldn't it?
Well, surely you can build it in. You've got 18 megs, which apparently is a lot.
Well, no, it's got to get larger then. You know what, Daniel? It's going to have? Going to have ringtones. Downloadable ringtones. Note to developers. Downloadable ringtones. Yeah, I'll have download. That's actually a really good idea, Daniel. A version 1.02 will have that. Daniel, man, I don't even know if this fucker is going to work.
We'll find out in a few days.
Hopefully, I'm going to find out in 2.5 days. But that actually would be a good idea. Like, you know what? I'm actually going to put that on the list. Can the Giants send Daniel Jones to New Orleans? They could send him to Canada for all I care. They can send him to USFL because they're playing every single game in Arizona, which made no sense to me, but that's okay. I said that. Send him to the Saints for a 5th.
Would you take a 7th right now for Daniel Jones?
No, unless he's injured. Because at no time has anyone ever, we've talked about this, at no time no one has ever come out from the Giant organization and said if the season would start today, Daniel Jones would be able to play. They always talk about August.
Yeah, I think he's genuinely I think there was a genuine injury, like a proper scary injury there for him.
I think so too. That's awesome. Thank you. The app is awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm genuinely excited.
That's what she said.
I've got that Friday thing.
Party, pal.
Sorry. John is generally excited. You want to know why?
Draft, baby. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. I can't find the button.
Gotta get to work.
No. Where is it? Where the hell did it go?
You've just got to label the damn thing.
Shut
What's
up.
wrong with
Nobody
you?
asked you. Nobody likes you. You want to know why I'm generally excited? Because not only are we having the new app and everything else, Poppycocker gear is now available. If you're looking to get your Poppycock, there's no better place to go than Poppycockers, the best in adult entertainment on the West End.
It's got a giant pole.
It's got a
That's
giant
not
pole?
What I was excited about. Yeah.
Oh my God. What's up, David? I'm a little behind here. Only 16 minutes behind. I hope the Giants trade Daniel Jones. That was a waste of a first-round pick draft. Yeah, it's not like Josh Allen's doing anything in Jacksonville.
No, he's terrible, Josh Allen.
It's terrible. It's god awful. It just may be the best move. Douglas made the right move in moving on from Aaron or Donald, but after he drafted Wilson. I think, you know, it's funny. We could actually learn something from the Jets.
Do tell. Well, I answer a work message and tell them I'll answer that question in about an
They
hour
got rid of Darnold. They got rid of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, yeah.
And they should have. They didn't hold on to him and say, "Oh, I'm going to kiss this picture and tuck it underneath the pillow and hope everything is okay." No, they said, "Get your ass out of here, you clown. Go to Carolina and screw up their team."
Yeah. I bet after about 2 weeks you're thinking, oh crikey. But no,
yes,
I mean
I always sit at home and go, oh cracky. Because I'm Australian.
Crikey, not cracky. Yeah, I mean, look, I've said for a little while now, I think their GM is doing a generally decent job, although if they're moving on from Becton and Zach Wilson is a bust that I think he's going to be, then maybe.
Oh yeah, then Zach Wilson's a bust.
You know, I think generally I like what he's looking to do, trying to do over there. I think he's done a decent enough job. He's the best GM they've had in a while, but that's not saying a lot.
I hope your app has some status and sections why Pro Football Focus sucks and is wrong. Where are all you people in the app meetings?
I was going to say, do you want me to lend you a pen and you can start jotting these down?
I already like the ringtone idea.
Yeah.
I like
King
that.
of the almost sack.
King of the almost sack.
I know where that button is.
That's what she said.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine, like, you know,
you're in a meeting?
Yeah,
I can see that Dom is in his meeting at Poppycockers talking to the distributor.
King of the almost sack.
Tell him to pick up your damn phone.
Could you imagine, though, literally walking, like, you know, turning up to watch, like, Giants train or walking in the supermarket and Leonard Williams is inadvertently standing behind you and that goes off on your phone?
That would be pretty funny. Supposedly they're looking at the rent savings. Here's the thing. And yeah, the Giants are looking at a lot of people. And I love people going, look at everything they've done with this money that have no money with this. It's just awesome. And I'm not making fun of you, Lorenzo. You picked up an average offensive lineman, Dom. And you and I talked about this off air. We're more concerned, is he a scheme guy for the Colts? Is he a blocking scheme guy? I'm not saying he's Nate Solder, but is he a Nate Solder in reference to the fact that he excelled in the scheme because he did not have a good career before he got over to the Colts?
Seahawks, I think, if I remember right.
Seahawks, that is correct. Yeah. They drafted him.
Yeah, I mean, there's again only one way to find out now is he going to be a fit here? And the other thing is, let's say, for instance, he is going to be as good for us as he was with the Colts. it's also how does he fit in with the other 4 guys on that line as well? Because it's
Exactly.
not just about one guy. I would rather have 5 guys that can all play together that are maybe 6 out of same quality, but they gel together, making the line really good, than 5 guys of 8 out of 10 that can't play together, because that will end up with a worse result.
Unfortunately, Frankie S says, I have to agree with Tim and that DJ is close, and they will draft a quarterback. I still want 8.5 over Malik. You know what I have to say, Frank? Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Oh, you missed it.
I want to be a part of it. New York, New York.
Oh, surely it starts spreading the news.
I want to wake up in the city that doesn't sleep. Okay, there you go. Be a king of the hill, top of the heap.
I thought
These little down blues are longing to stray. I'll take super chats not to sing for the kids.
Oh, please, someone send him a super chat quick.
Oh, wait, we got a super chat. Anybody says, if you think the Giants, you're dreaming. If you're dreaming,
Gotta get to work. That's right.
Yes.
Come on. My name is Willie. I keep them.
you should see the guns now, Don. The guns are huge.
Is this the one in your glove box, or?
Shut up.
By the way, you missed a trick. You missed a trick whilst singing Frank Sinatra there. You could have ended with Pickett had better not be coming today. You know, there was a perfect chance there to change the words.
No.
Pickett better not bloody come here.
You don't ruin Frank Sinatra. If you think Giants are drafting Willie Beeman, you're dreaming. Thanks, Pandemonium. Thank you for the 2 super chats about Willie Beeman. We're not worried about Willie Beeman because Willie Beeman's not coming. The Albuquerque Aztecs are not releasing Willie Beeman. We're getting Malik Willis. What's Lorenzo got to say here? The same dude who beat out Bo Nix and had an okay year at Liberty, huge arm, questionable accuracy. Here's the problem. Now, Lorenzo, I am going to pick on you. 2020, what team named Liberty was in the top 25? 2022, what quarterback at Liberty accounted for 43 touchdowns and a bowl win and 8 wins on a team with no talent? Do, 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 do.
Somehow.
Shut up. I think it's this one.
You need people like
No, it's not.
a professional.
Oh, I'm just going to quit on the soundboard.
You need people.
Too many buttons, man. Too many buttons. Too many buttons. Too little time. Signing
Hello,
Tyrod
hello, Tim's producer speaking. Yeah, you're going to need to do the buttons for him. Yeah.
You're going to need to do the buttons because this is evidently not working. Tyrod Taylor has nothing to do with Malik Willis. He's just a solid backup. No, Tyrod Taylor is a scrambling quarterback who's going to play.
Right now, Tyrod Taylor starts week 1 in my view.
I agree. I don't disagree. Honestly,
I said it earlier, but I'm going to repeat it. You don't. It is it's a shift in mentality for the way New York Giants look for their quarterback to play, and you don't bring in a quarterback with a different skill set to the one you currently have unless you're moving in a different direction.
Great.
I think it massively increases chances.
You want to see what Black Rifle sent me? Look, it's a coin. It's a Black Rifle coffee coin.
Are you choosing between the apocalypse and coffee again?
Did you enjoy the Black Rifle video I sent you?
Yeah, I did. I meant to respond, but then someone came in from work and I completely forgot.
We already got the Your Dream from Pandemonium. Let's see here. What realistically could the Giants get for Jones? I'm thinking they realistically could get maybe a 4th rounder, and then you put an accelerator on it that it goes up to like a 3rd rounder if he plays a certain number of snaps.
I think it will depend on when and what that neck injury is. You know, right now, I would take a 5th if I was offered it right now. But I don't think we're going to be offered it right now.
Outside of New York, and I've talked to people outside of New York, there's no market for Daniel Jones. Nobody's clamoring for a 4th-year quarterback with a $20-something million option with a neck injury who hasn't played an entire season, who had maybe 4 or 5 good games out of 30.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think you're exactly right. I mean, there is no market. Listen to to the media outlets outside of New York, and they're all going, "New York Giants don't win with Daniel Jones." That's what they all say.
That's what they all say.
You know, and they do it their way.
Someone's reporting. Who's a long snapper is returning with the Giants. The long snapper, Casey, whatever his name is, returning with the Giants. While Taylor doesn't fit DJ's style of play, there's also in the mix getting Trubisky. So I don't think they're searching for a backup, whatever, with drafting Willis. Here's the problem, Johnny. It does. Daniel Jones, to Dom's point, Daniel Jones and Malik Willis are two totally different quarterbacks. You don't put a quarterback, you don't have a Lamar Jackson, and then as his backup, you don't have someone who can't run their offense where they change their offensive philosophy. You don't have Lamar Jackson and then all of a sudden have Mike Glennon. You don't. You have Lamar Jackson.
No one wants Mike Glennon.
But you have Lamar and you have Tyler because they fit the system. Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones are two totally different quarterbacks. Totally different.
So someone asked me last, at one point last year, if I would take, somewhere about week 10, whether I'd take Tyler Huntley, was it?
Tyler Huntley, sorry.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, apart from the fact the Ravens weren't giving him up, but someone asked me, would you take him right now to replace Daniel Jones? I was like, well, our playbook probably doesn't dictate that he would be a success here.
No.
You might take him preseason so he can get acclimatized, but when you're looking to if you're looking to change a quarterback midway through the season, you need someone that fits that style of play. And I'd almost rather have someone with a lower quality level that fits that style of play midway through a season than someone with a higher ceiling that doesn't fit that style at all.
All right. Jeff is in the room. What's up, Jeff? You got to love Jeff's picks. Jeff's like me. He's just that sexy. Good to see you guys again. Listen, Tim, Taylor as a backup, not a good choice. Trubisky would have been a better choice, or even if they would have gotten Wolford from the Rams. Wolford retired, so they're not going to get him. He quit. Trubisky would have been a better choice, but he made the smarter decision to go to Pittsburgh because honestly, the Pittsburgh's more of a stable organization, and he's going to get the start.
Yeah. I mean, I think he would have started here, to be clear. I know that he said he didn't get the assurances, but I mean, Mitch Trubisky would have been the pick that you'd have all wanted. But I said last week, the way you get Mitch Trubisky here is by saying you've got familiarity with Dable and Shane. The reason I didn't think he was going to come was simply he was probably going to get a better offer and or more money elsewhere.
I was going with kidnapping. That was going to be my philosophy. What realistically could the Giants get for Jones? Fourth round has become a second or third round if Jones can. That's exactly RVFWD 2008.
Is that a Star Wars robot?
I think it is. They mixed up Pickett's hand size with the other thing.
He wishes.
They say that your thing is from here to here. They say that. Now I don't want to brag. It's bigger than my fucking head. Okay. Oh, and people wonder why I'm so fired up all the time.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Online Big Bruce gang.
She's coming like this. Exactly when you see quarterbacks going to be exactly when you see the quarterback is going to be okay at best, you get rid of him. Yeah, you dump his ass. You move on. You let it go. Let it go. Believe it or not, I've never seen Frozen.
I wish I could say the same. I have a 5-year-old daughter, so I, of course, have seen Frozen. Is she 5? She's 5. Yeah, she's 5.
Don't ask me. I don't know what your kid is. We sure can learn from the Jets. Giant fans need patience. Let Schoen build his team just as Douglas does. I would say we can learn from the Jets because they jettisoned a guy that was garbage. Turned out to be garbage. So everyone was worried that Sam Darnold was going to be the Messiah, and he had a good run for like 4 weeks. And I love it because we did a podcast back then. We've got to get that podcast up and running again. We did a podcast back then, and I kept saying to people, it's going to come down to earth. And then what happens? You lose Christian McCaffrey, and the wheels fell off the bus. Your app should have a game where you kick soccer balls at Tom.
If you've got me kicking the soccer balls,
kick balls in Dom's balls. Okay, that'll be fun.
You know what? If you had me kicking the ball, the safest place to put it is for it to stand in the goal. I scored 1 goal in however many years I played football for. That was it.
Papa Lou says, smash the like. Smash it, crash it, hit it with a hammer and bash it. I don't even know where we're at, likewise. 28. Oh, I'm not fucking talking anymore. I'm done.
And suddenly the like count goes up to 35.
Went up 1. I like that, hitting Don with soccer balls. I like that. I think Desmond is going to be decent. They could grab him. I like Desmond. I think everyone knows I like Desmond. Dom, does everyone know that I like Desmond?
Yeah, I think he'd be your pick if it wasn't Willis, right?
If Willis is gone and I'm in the second round and Desmond is available, not just because I love the name, because I call him the Riddler.
I'm Batman.
I would pick Desmond. I would pick him.
Do you think? What's his ceiling? Do you think?
Usually about 8 feet. I have cathedral in my living room and my other room, so it's like 14 and a half, 15 feet, I think.
It's like talking to a child. I'm not even going to bother re-asking the question. Move on.
Moving on here. Well, Taylor doesn't fit DJ style of play. There's also in the mix getting. I already read that one. But you're right. Let's go back to T. Brad. Only a quarterback able to throw the ball in the ring with accuracy at the Senior Bowl was a drum roll say Malik Willis.
There was a clear difference between him and Pickett there.
There was a clear difference between him and a lot of quarterbacks. Well. There was a huge difference in arm strength between him and every quarterback.
What I do hope is that whoever ends up with Willis is that if he does end up starting, that people don't kill on him in the first year, because I think it will take him a bit of time, and or that they don't do what they do to Trey Lance and go, and not everyone, but there is a section going, oh, you move all the way up to third and then you don't play him for a year. So what, I just don't think that's right or fair on these guys. You will need to give him some time, because I think he's raw.
You have to. David Lopez here. I'm not even going to read his entire comment because it's already brilliant. Shane didn't draft Jones. That sums it up. If Jones has a good season, they will want to franchise him or lock him up long term, which will cost significant moving forward against the cap. He's right. He didn't draft Jones. This is the thing that it's not. You live or die with your head coach. You live or die with your quarterback. And I've said this once. I've said this before today, Dom. Sometimes another man's garbage is another man's garbage. It's still another man's garbage.
It's very rare as a GM you get unless you've been a GM for such a long time, but you get to draft 2 quarterbacks, because generally if you get the right quarterback, you can have him for 15 years or so. So it's very rare, and that's what made the decision in Chicago quite weird. They let Ryan Pace draft a second quarterback, having got it wrong with Mitch Trubisky, and I don't think they got it as wrong as people say they did with Trubisky, by the way. But
I think it's more of
and then they jettisoned. Sorry,
I think it was more of the system he got stuck in. Trubisky.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was more the coach than the GM there. But then they jettisoned, having drafted Fields last year, and I think he's going to be a really quality quarterback there. But they've moved on and they move forward. But I think the key thing with Jones is when you listen to what Shane and Dable are saying, they're not actually saying he's going to be our quarterback at all.
Well, no, what the exact phrase is, Daniel Jones is our quarterback for now. That was the exact comment.
Exactly. They're not saying he's starting. They're not saying he's their he's going to play. They are not saying that.
Not a ringing endorsement. And the dog's barking because someone rang the doorbell. Coffee pot exploded. That's not good. Is that the door bell? Are you okay? Evidently, my coffee pot exploded. Hold on, we have to check to make sure Mrs. Online Big Blue is not. Hold on, we're checking Mrs. Online Big Blue is okay. The coffee pot evidently exploded. I'm not sure how the coffee pot explodes, but luckily, I actually have a backup coffee pot.
Shock.
How bad? She just burned her hand. How bad? Would it be wrong if I ask if the coffee was saved?
I was going to ask about the coffee, but I thought probably, I'll get shouting at afterwards if I ask that question. So
Jeff says, "Smack that like button, smack it, rabbit."
do we know about online Mrs. Online Big Blue's hand right now?
I am waiting to see Mrs. Online Big Blue's hand right now. I'm ready
The length of time on the reply suggests she's now using her weak hand to text you back.
Yeah, I know. It's but see here. Hey, my brother, what's up, Al? What's up, Al? Good to see you. Good to see you in the room. Sorry, I got a little late on that comment. Working on the comment. Logic's Fine has also dropped into the room. Good evening, all. No, I'll be fine. Okay, she's gonna be okay. All right. Whew. I'm not getting any coffee, evidently. Good evening, Logic's Fine says, as nobody knows if Daniel Jones can actually play it, and if he does, he still has more games played than touchdowns scored. DJ isn't the answer. Move on, fans. Between Logic's Finest and Grant Anderson, it's the same comments. Grant Anderson, Giants have to move out of Jersey. Oh my God! I'll be glad if we get a fourth rounder. I'd be glad if we got a fourth rounder too. Now the Jags and Jets signed offensive linemen. Do you still think they're first? I still think that Kyle Hamilton's going to the Jets, Dom, and I still think Aiden Hutchinson is going to the Jags. That's been my pick now for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think it increases the chances that Hutchinson goes to the Jags since they franchise tagged Robinson. I wouldn't rule out them taking a tackle, but I think Hutchinson would be the safe pick, and I think that's probably where they go. And I don't think Hamilton to the Jets. If there was one team in the top 5 and any of the 32 teams were in the top 5 that would take a safety at 4, it would be the Jets.
Diet Ghost. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been lurking, Tim. Well, there you go. Been looking forward to the draft. Who knows if we'll get Malik, but I'm still all in, all aboard to get the guy.
All aboard the Malik Willis Express.
We also got another one that hasn't been in the room for a while. You've literally the only giant news I'm still following this offseason. Oh, thank you. I haven't seen you in a while, my friend. I just talked to you on the comment sphere, whatever the hell it's called.
I've just got visions though of Diet Ghost sort of lurking, sort of in your closet, and sort of comes out at night.
At least he's not creeping. Even if Jones had a decent season, I wouldn't want to pay him. It almost never happens where a team wins a Super Bowl when the quarterback is not on a rookie contract. Phil Simms didn't win on a rookie contract. Eli Manning didn't win on a rookie contract.
Tom Brady.
On
occasions.
Tom Brady. So, not that you.
In fairness, it becomes much harder, which is the point that
it becomes much harder cap wise. We should say that.
Yeah,
I guess there's a new meaning to Black Rifle Coffee. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Oh dear me. I was going to make a similar joke, but I'm glad my namesake went there.
Good. Hey, James, what's up, my brother? Dom, what's up, room? We're making moves. We're making stuff happen. Dom, we're moving along.
I think we're making smart moves.
I think we are. I think we're making smart moves too. And for James,
inside the cage. Cage goes in the water. You go in the water. Shark's in the water. Our shark.
There you go, James.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to watch this movie.
You never seen Jaws?
No. Never seen Jaws.
Watch Jaws and then come back. Okay. Next, you're going to tell me you've never seen Aliens. You have never seen.
That's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.
You've never seen Aliens or Jaws?
In fairness, I've probably seen both movies just in like 20 different bits. I've never sat and watched either movie from start to finish in one go.
Go watch them both right now. I need a new co-host because Dom evidently just got fired. He's never seen Aliens. He's never seen Jaws. Wizard of Oz.
You can't fire me.
Wizard of Oz.
I don't have a contract.
Wizard of Oz.
Probably, yeah. I think I saw that as a kid. Although my one of the guys that helps me do coaching on a Saturday morning, I detest boots that aren't black. Boots should be black. That's how they should be. And he bought bright red ones. And now the entire group of 24 6-year-olds all call him Dorothy at my behest.
At your behest. Great word. L, my brother, we're taking Willis at 5. Just throwing that out there. James Williams is always willing for Willis.
Do you think Willis gets to 7?
Does Deshaun Watson go to Carolina?
Well, that would depend. Even if he does, it depends on who picks up.
Here's the thing: if Deshaun Watson goes to Carolina and they give that pick, I still don't think he's getting past 7. I don't think he's getting to 7.
I think there's also the danger that the Seahawks potentially trade up.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see it. You got to take him at 5.
I've said all along, I'm okay with us not taking a quarterback in this draft. But if you like one, you take them. And if you're the Giants and you like one, you do not take the risk on that on waiting until 7 to take him. Partly because I'd trade down 7, but if I can. But mostly because when it comes to the quarterback, you take no chances. You take them.
I agree. I've told my wife.
And you look at why did we take Jones at 6 as opposed, because it was obviously a reach, and obviously it's not worked out. But Gettleman thought he was a quarterback, and he was like, you don't pull your punches when it comes to your quarterback. You do it. You pull that trigger.
You're right. Peyton didn't either. Yeah, Peyton didn't win, but Peyton was on his rookie contract. Peyton wasn't on his rookie contract when he was in with the Colts when they won.
I was going to say, in fairness to Peyton, he wasn't on his rookie contract. He was on his retirement contract.
Yeah, he was on that last contract. I'm taking Willis at 5 because I think Tibbs or Neal. I think Tibbs or Neal are there at 5. Even if the Panthers, it's fine. The coffee grinds and the water just went everywhere. Okay, so the coffee pot's fine. So somehow it exploded up. I don't know. If the Panthers take one of the guys, if we don't trade back, we'll still get the other. So it'll be a win-win regardless. I agree, Mr. Alvarez. 100%.
I'm just going through in my head now. I think there is a top 5 prospect still available at 7.
Our shark. Farewell and adieu to you good Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, dear ladies of Spain. For we have received orders to sail back to Boston. Nevermore shall we see you again. Dom, go watch the movie.
I need to watch it from start to finish. I genuinely have never watched it start to finish. And I've watched a lot of films. I'm terrible at remembering what I've watched, but
Black Rifle Coffee, it blows your coffee cup literally up. That wouldn't be funny if it wasn't true. Watch it been like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Because you got the Black Rifle coffee and all of a sudden it's like, hey, wait a minute. Like you put Dunkin' Donuts in, and the remnants of the Black Rifle coffee just blew it out. Said no, you can't have it. T-Brad wants to jump in. Should we let T-Brad jump in?
Oh, 100%.
100%. I'm not really asking you. I'm trying to vamp as I find the thing that does the link.
You mean copy and paste?
Shut up. Nobody likes you. Everybody loves me. That's why I have a YouTube channel. I'm all loved. And I got an app. If you're joining late, the big announcement is I have created the online Big Blue mobile app. You can watch videos. You can watch live streams. You can watch all the podcasts. You can connect automatically to the Twitter account. It's gonna allow you to track the space shuttle and ringtones. And I forgot kicking soccer balls at Dom's head.
It'll tell you the time.
It'll tell you I don't know if it'll tell you the time. That's what you got a phone for.
Your phone will. You can just pretend it's part of the app.
It's the greatest app that has ever been made by a giant YouTuber.
It's the number 1 giant YouTuber app ever.
Listen, if this doesn't work, don't blame me. There's 2 versions. There's 2 versions. It's going to be first on the Google App Store. There's 2 versions. There'll be version 1 and version 2. Luckily, they're both named the exact same thing. Oh my god! Yeah, I was once successful. Oh my god! There's only one hope in this world right now, and that's for T-Brad to save us all. He's like a superhero. He's T-Brad. I'm T-Brad. I'm here to save us all.
May the force be with us.
May the force be with you and also with you.
Yes. Oh, wow. Wow. He took it to the old Catholic school days.
Well, I'm Catholic. I'm Irish Catholic.
Yeah. You don't have a choice there.
For those
looking forward to tomorrow? Are you looking forward to tomorrow? I was going to say.
St. Patrick's Day.
I'm ready to get wonkered early to have some fun. Ready?
Okay. Well, that was quick.
By the way, true fact about me on St. Patrick's Day, I was once woken up by my Irish roommate at 4 a.m, who came into my room, announced, "It's St. Patrick's Day. It's St. Patrick's Day. Have a Guinness." I was like, "It's the 16th, dude. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day." He's like, "I'll be back tomorrow." I was like,
"Oh,
good."
It's serious. They take it serious. We were in Philadelphia. It was ice cold. They were out there in t-shirts partying up. I was like, "Hey, man, more power to you. The power of youthfulness. Gotta love it."
You know what, T-Brad? You're familiar with Trenton. There's a bar called Peart that's in Trenton that I've gone to. I used to frequent when they first opened it up in like 97. And they used to have a private St. Patrick's party. And it was great because you would drink like from 9 a.m. to 3 in the evening. And I sat on top of the jukebox. And the next thing I knew, I fell out a window.
Damn, I've never even heard of that. I've never even heard of that club.
Oh no, it's a tiny Irish bar over in here.
Man.
Oh, it was Hamilton/Trenton.
But you didn't let me earn my Wonka with this question. I'm gonna earn this Wonka. Let me earn it.
I'll go, wait. I gotta figure out what button Wonka is. Hold on. Let's see here.
I gotta get ready for this one.
I gotta get it ready. Do I need the Wonka button or do I also need the He-Man button?
You could do probably both. Probably both with this question because I know it's gonna irk your nerves.
It's gonna irk my nerves. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Okay, I found it. Number 39 and 40. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So Don, are you ready for the test between West Indies and England at cricket?
Yeah. I have no idea how we're doing, but
Get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You got
all right. Now the Giants business. Now the Giants.
Two bread. We're 228 for 2. It's going rather well.
There you go. He responds.
There's no response. You know what? Soccer's not a sport.
This is Wonka Wednesdays. Actually, that was
Wonka Wednesday. Running around in shorts, kicking a ball is not a sport.
This is actually cricket.
He's talking about cricket, man.
It's actually cricket.
Oh, well, cricket is a sport.
Yeah, and there we go. Look at that.
You have hand-eye coordination. So I revoked the Wonka.
Oh wow, first time for everything. But
he doesn't really mean it.
Giants business. Both you guys, I got a question. Best draft with getting Malik Willis at 5 and best draft not getting Malik Willis at 5. Just first 2 picks.
I'll let you go first. I mean, just 5 and 7 with Malik and without Malik. I already know my answer.
And you can trade 7 if you want. You can trade back. You can do whatever you want.
Or do you need a moment, Dom? Because I already have my answer.
Yeah. You go with your answer.
Taking Malik at 5, Icky at 7. I'm taking Kayvon Thibodeau at 5 and Devin Lloyd at 7.
Wow, you think? I don't think it's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make it to 7. That'd be great.
You said best draft without Malik and with Malik.
Hey, I'd have to say best, but I was trying to be somewhere in like where you think.
No, I think that's realistic.
I
think that's realistic because I think there's going to be a trade up, and I think the Jets. I think Thibodeau is going to fall, and I think Devin Lloyd. There's too much talk about Ajobu and Dean with Lloyd and Ajobu and Dean having a higher upside, but Devin Lloyd being more of an immediate talent.
Good one.
Tom?
I'm not going to trade back because I think it complicates it on how far you trade back, and it makes it nearly impossible to predict what's going to be there. But I think with Willis, I think I still take. I think I probably take the edge rusher Thibodeau if he 7 if he gets that far. I think without. Then right now I don't want to say because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say actually because I'm pretty sure I know what I do at 5 and 7 and I don't think I'm going to change my mind between now and the draft, and I'd like to hold that, but one of the two would definitely be Lloyd. I'll give you that.
Okay, we'll take that. For me, well, if you get Malik Willis and Icky, that's outstanding. I just don't think Icky would be there. So I would probably go either Jermaine.
Either Icky or Neil, I'm going to tell you right now, is going to be there at 7.
One of them will be there at 7.
One of them, if you look at the way the draft is breaking right now, one of them will be there at 7.
The only way Icky's not there at or Neil at 7 is if the Jets
Jacksonville goes crazy.
Well, that or the Jets don't take Hamilton, but I think they will.
You figure the Lions took Sewell last year, so they're not going to draft another tackle. They're take the best edge. On the Jags just franchised the one tackle and signed another tackle, so they're not taking the tackle.
So we got 2 DNs off the board,
right? And then you figure, I still say the Jets are going Kyle Hamilton, right off the bat.
Texans take a tackle.
Texans will take. That's why I said the Texans will take it. If the Texans don't go quarterback, the Texans might take a tackle.
And then and what do the Jets do?
I still think the Jets are going to go Kyle Hamilton.
Ooh.
Because they still need someone to replace Jamal Adams, and they need a spark in that defensive backfield.
That's tough. Well, for me, without Malik, I'll say Devin Lloyd and trade back a little bit. Not sure what we'll get. And by a little bit, maybe like to 10 and take Jameson Williams.
I would say James Williams. I was like, man, I don't need to draft him because he's already in the league.
Yeah. Jameson Williams out of Alabama.
Alabama?
Yeah. Get the offense some firepower, some punch.
I thought we did that last year. With that guy.
The guy, you mean the guy with the crutches?
The guy with the crutches.
The guy with the crutches?
Yeah, the guy with the crutches. Mike Glenn, who here on the chat says something brilliant. And I always love Mike Glenn, so I'm going to acknowledge him. Malik Willis and the best offensive tackle. That's his answer. What kind of dog is that, T-Rod?
That is a daggone Yorkshire Terrier.
Any dog under 50 pounds is a cat.
Or a rat.
That's what I tell people. I think my smallest dog is 110 pounds.
Wow, what kind of dogs you got?
2 Goldens,
big ones,
and a Bernese Mountain Dog.
Oh yeah, I seen a Bernese Mountain Dog. I was thinking about getting one until I see how big they are. No,
yeah, they don't. They're not small.
Slobber City. No, thank you.
Well, the other problem is you need a lot of space and you need a lot of patience. Because as much as I love that dog, he's dumb as a box of rocks.
Wow. I still remember my dog. First summer, like we had the windows open, like straight out into the garden. Spent all summer going in and out of the garden. Of course, winter came, closed the door, came bounding up, and it was one of those ones where you're looking at it and going, you know what's going to happen, but you can't get there. Bang.
Well, this dog is so
every summer.
This dog is. We had purchased a pound cake, and the pound cake was probably, you can't even see it, it's probably like twice the size, like this big, and we left it on the counter. The dog ate the pound cake wrapper and all. So we figured that was fine because he'll be okay. Then he ate a loaf of Wonder Bread. That's how big this dog is. Didn't even have a problem. Didn't even have an issue. Let's see what Dominic's got to say here. Dominic, I'd be surprised if we double up on offense. Wink needs playmakers for the scheme to work.
We don't. You don't take 2 offensive linemen in the first. No way. And I don't think you take 2 offensive players in the first round.
I agree.
The only thing I was just thinking about, would Neil and Icky make 7 would be if Willis was off the board and
I don't know what happened with my Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, it happens. Trust me, it happens. So Dominic is saying, not Dominic. I'd be surprised if we double up on offense. Wink needs playmakers for a scheme to work. What do you think about that? T-Red? Bueller? Oh, wait. Can you hear me now? T-Red?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Dominic is saying he'd be surprised if we double up on offense. Wink needs playmakers for defense. Do you agree with the Dominic?
Nothing would surprise me, honestly. If we go defense, offense, offense, nothing surprised. We got too many holes. Anything can happen.
That's true.
I might have to call Vegas to see those odds.
Yeah, that would be a big odd. David Lopez says, with Willis at 5, Trayvon Walker at 7, Tyler Smith at 36.
Ooh, I like that. That.
What do you think about that? We're gonna start with Dominic. Dom, what do you think about that?
I'm not as high. I'm not taking Walker at 7. I think if you trade down a little bit into Walker, then maybe I'm okay with it. But I like T. Brad said, I think you can almost take any selection of picks at 5 and 7, and it should fill some sort of need. But Walker wouldn't be my first pick at 7, or my second, or my third.
T. Brad, what's your philosophy? Willis at 5, Walker at 7, Tyler Smith at 36.
I absolutely love it.
I am not sold on Trayvon Walker yet. I think he's become a combine guy. I think that he to me he has the shades of Mike Mamula. Not saying that he's going to be Mike Mamula, but he's rising up the combine boards a little too exponentially. I mean, he's just going up too quick. I mean, I don't know.
He's going up like 20 places based on the combine, and that for me is a red flag.
That to me worries me.
Sometimes it's warranted though. Sometimes a lot of people move up last minute, and sometimes it's warranted. For me, with Walker, I think he's here's my thing with Walker, and I'm just going to compare him to Tibbs right now. Tibbs came in, all his red flags he validated at the combine. Hey, he doesn't have the passion for football. He doesn't have much tape. People haven't seen a lot on him. I hate saying tape, but you know, it's the joke catching you. Yeah, hey, we haven't seen him in so long. The combine was his time to really do his thing, show something. And he interviewed. That's cool, but you're supposed to go in there. Like, what if he goes out in his pro day and his numbers and everything sucks? He doesn't have another time to improve on that.
I don't think he helped himself at the.
No, not at all. And to me,
I don't necessarily think he hurt himself, but I don't think he helped himself, and I think there is a difference.
But when you don't help yourself, you're hurting yourself to me, because other people are catching up to you. They're gaining on you because you're not working. You're not giving it's a job interview.
Potentially. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think it's not necessarily going to hurt him if he goes and had a good pro day and interviews well. And he said that look, the Giants interviewed and gave him a hard time. And they'll have learned a lot from that. So I agree that others have risen up, and in some ways, that hurts himself. But I imagine they might have called him up, but he's still got a lot of credit in the bank. But he certainly hasn't helped himself. And he's now put the pressure on what he does on his own pro day.
Now, not to interrupt everyone, but I have a special treat. Here's the first screenshot from the app. This will work. Hold on. There it is. We will have the online Big Blue. This is actually the first screenshot. We'll move David Lopez out of here for a second. And not that we're moving out of David. This is the first screenshot of the app. You will have the online Big Blue live stream, the old Twitter follow us on the podcast, and you scroll up with your finger, and then you'll be able to do everything, to do everything else. And then when you go to YouTube, it'll automatically take you to the very first YouTube video. It'll allow you, if you log in, to also like the video and leave a comment directly through your phone on the app. Yes, I know. I'm a rocket scientist.
That's pretty cool.
So that's the first preview of the app.
So I could just scroll with my finger, just scroll, right?
That is one nice ring.
Where did you get that ring, T-Brad?
Where could you have possibly got that ring?
Yeah.
Let's see. Where could you have gotten that ring?
You go online Big Blue.
So there you go. Show that ring again. Now we can see it. I love that ring, man.
Online Big Blue.
That is. You know what the problem is? Like T-Brad, we can't fit the ring beyond our pinky. That's the only problem. I think that ring is like a 10.5.
I get mine. Around the wrist.
I cracked my knuckles as a kid.
Oh my goodness. But that is one gorgeous ring. Hey, OGR's in the house. OGR says, I totally agree with the video earlier today. Don, what was my video earlier today?
Now I'm frustrated because I don't think I saw it today. I was busy today.
I can't remember what you said earlier today. Let me look it up for you.
It was the Malik Willis video. It was the Malik Willis video today. Thank you, OGR. If those that do not know, we are going to have a draft show. We're going to have a big draft show. And the big draft show is going to be on Orthodox Easter at Sunday, April 24th. We are going to be doing our one and only mock draft. We're going to have T-Brad on. We're going to have the Dahmer. We're going to have OGR. We're going to have James Williams. We're going to have LJ. We're going to have a couple other people dropping in talking draft, talking Giants, talking everything else. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. James Williams says the Jets are taking Hamilton would be such a Jets taking Hamilton would be such a jet move, lol. And yes, they have to replace Adams, but still. Oh my God, we got another person we're gonna drop in here real quick. He's doing it and doing it and doing it. Hamilton would be such a Jets taking Hamilton such a jet. You gotta turn off. I don't want to hear me. Have to replace Adams, but still. We can hear it. We can hear it. Feedback from me.
What up?
There, we got L in the room.
What's going on?
No, we got the Dahmer. We got everyone dropping in. L, did you watch my video today?
Yes, I did.
What do you think?
I'm down. Let's do it. Let's get Malik. And I think Tyrod is going to be the perfect mentor for him.
And like I said in the video, you got Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, and the Duck. Yeah. And a punctured lung. All at the same time. So,
He's a warrior, man. He's a warrior.
There is nothing better than that. We were just talking about the draft, as you know.
Is he the unluckiest quarterback in the league right now, though? Like in his career,
he got the worst. He got the. How do you just you never got your job back just because you got a punctured lung?
By the physio, yeah.
And
it's so unfortunate.
And didn't he have the injury in Cleveland?
No, he had. Well, I don't know about that one. I mean, all I remember was the one that with the Chargers with the Duck.
With the Duck. I mean, T-Brad, do you feel, this is a good question, do you feel that Tyrod Taylor is probably the unluckiest quarterback ever to walk the earth? I mean, if they do draft Malik Willis, it'll be 4 franchise quarterbacks that he's a placeholder for.
Well, he's got a job.
That's true.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
you got to look at it from that perspective.
Like Parcells would say.
He was considered a project coming out of Virginia Tech, and like I think he's kind of surpassed expectation for his career. For like, it's not like he went like top 5 or anything like that. He's surpassed expectations coming out of VTech, and I think he's good, and I think he's perfect to groom Malik Willis. Like even better than Trubisky because he's got like more experience, more knowledge, I would say. So and plays the same type of game. He played an athletic game and started becoming a better quarterback. So he could be a really good mentor, in my opinion.
Now, Mr. L, I'm going to ask you this question because I just thought about it at the top of my head. Mitchell Trubisky's 27 years old. He is Mr. Online Big Blue. Thank you for the coffee. How's your hand? We talked about you. She brought me coffee in my TC Big mug.
Watch out, it might blow up.
It might blow up. That's what happens when you put Black Rifle coffee in your coffee pot. I mean, Trubisky is 27 years old. He's going to Pittsburgh to be the starter. I mean, do you really think the Giants wanted a 27-year-old? Even if they were or were not going to get rid of Daniel Jones, do you think the Giants would have wanted they really wanted a 27-year-old who could potentially dethrone their starting quarterback, or just a stopgap guy like Tyrod who could be the bridge to a rookie?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like probably Trubisky said, listen, I'm going to be starting in Pittsburgh. Like, I'm pretty much, I'm better than whatever Pittsburgh has. I don't have to deal with Daniel Jones and whatever else they're going to tell me to do or whatever. Plus the money, I think, aspect really came down to play here because I don't think Trubisky would have signed for what Tyrod signed anyway, given what Pittsburgh had already kind of pretty much put on the table for him. So with that, I think Trubisky made up his mind, and rightfully so. I mean, why would you go to some place where you're not given the guarantee to start?
Right.
And Pittsburgh gave him that right. So
you mean
hold on a second. Wait, before I ask you the same question, now hold on a second. Mike Glenn, the app is hopefully going to drop within the next 2 days. It's being under review right now through the Google Play Store. It will only be available at first through the Google Play Store because Apple is more expensive to build an app for. And like I said, nobody's paying me to do this. I don't make any money, and I give my money away. What the hell, guys? This comes out of my pocket. T-Brad, that ring you're wearing, you had to buy that.
I appreciate it.
And I'm poor. Dom,
it's a $50,000 ring, man.
That's a $50,000 ring, which I got for $29.99. Exactly. Dom, same question. If you're Trubisky, if you're the Giants, would you really even have wanted Trubisky?
I think we needed someone, right? But I mean, it's Dwayne Haskins we all feel sorry for, right?
Good one.
He's gutted, right? You know, he thought he's got the starting gig.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, look, Trubisky, I think he probably got paid more money in Pittsburgh. I think he started whether he came to New York or Pittsburgh, to be honest with you. So I think we wanted someone that comes in and is either I think we wanted a bridge quarterback is my view. Either whether that's for 2 years or 1 year, I don't know, but I think we wanted a bridge. And I think the appeal for Trubisky coming here or whoever comes here is, hey, come here, do a good job for a year, and you might win yourself a starting gig somewhere next year that's not with us.
Now, before I ask T-Brad the same question, I've dropped the link in. Someone else wants to join on, please do, because I want to see how many people we can get on the screen. We got 4 right now, so I want to see how many people will actually fit, because before we have the big draft stream, I'm going to be honest, I never tested this.
It says 10 on the thing, though.
I'm not sure how many people you can have on at once. T-Brad, same question. Do the Giants really want a quarterback like Trubisky, or was their process in their mind always let's go with the Tyrod because of the fact that he's a lower cost option, and if we build a bridge, he's the guy to hold the bridge up?
I think it's 2 ways to think of this, because if you look at Trubisky, like, he's a younger guy, he's still trying to validate himself as an NFL quarterback, even though he's gone to the playoffs and things like that and won the division. I think once, maybe twice. He's still trying to validate himself. So if the Giants would have brought him in and then brought in Malik Willis or Daniel Jones turns up, then all of a sudden you got a quarterback controversy. But I think he was the safer pick in case we got Malik Willis and he doesn't pan out, and we got Daniel Jones and he doesn't pan out, and Trubisky resurrects his career. That's good. But if you look at it from the other angle, if there's someone who's going to be the stopgap, who's more likely to have that resume, it's going to be Tyrod. Tyrod's not coming in there looking to rock any boats. He's not looking, he knows what his career is. Tyrod's not coming there like, look, I'm here to take over. I'm just here to. He's here to
fill the spot for.
Yep.
He's here to keep the seat warm. Pandemonium, thanks for the super chat. All $5 super chats, of course, all goes to the kids. Great, you guys want a journeyman cornerback to groom another journeyman. I don't think Daniel Jones is a journeyman, or is he not talking about Daniel Jones?
Another journeyman quarterback.
He's saying that Tyrod Taylor would be journeyman quarterback with Malik Willis. That's what I'm just saying.
He is a journeyman, but you can learn a lot from him.
You know what? Sometimes sometimes the journey is the adventure.
Yeah, you can learn a lot.
Patrick is like the protege journeyman, and look
exactly.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
Like how much if Trubisky's there and we draft Malik Willis, Trubisky wants the job. How much is he going to train Malik Willis? You know what I'm saying? He's going to give him like basic stuff, but not all the insight and intel for him to unseat him, because I'm here on a prove it deal.
Jordan Love agrees.
And to me, it's like sometimes that's a little bit overblown too. Like, bro, you're here to play. You're here to show what you can do. It's like Kobe used to say, you're good, you're going to show you good. No matter who's around you, no matter what's around you. Talent shows.
I'm not talking about from Malik Willis' standpoint. I'm talking about from who would be a better mentor. Like Tyrod Taylor knows who he is. He's going to help Malik Willis out in every way he possibly can. Trubisky's still trying to resurrect his career, so he's not going to be like reaching out to help Malik Willis. He's trying to show that.
Drink coffee. I'm just going to drink coffee, lean back, and let you guys go at it.
But I mean, like, but Tyrod isn't going to be like, this is what you do, A, B, C, D, E, like break it down for him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's gonna have realized that, you gotta. This is what I do. If you either follow what I do or you do your thing, and
of course, no babysitting. But you going. It's like anything. You going to teach as long as you feel as though somebody's absorbing what you're teaching. Once you realize you're wasting your breath, hey, bro, you got to reach out to me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm here. I'm getting paid just like you are.
Old Kobe stories are the best, though. I'm glad you mentioned Kobe. Like, for hard work, old Kobe stories are the absolute best.
Yeah, because the whole everybody that's trying to say we need to build up this offensive line. Yeah, to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, bro, you gotta as a quarterback, you gotta show that you're worth that franchise money.
All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
OGR.
Oh,
OGR is there. What's up, Mr. OGR Sports?
Not too much, man. The minute I saw the Tyrod signing, what you said in your video today, I went spot two. Every other Giant fan's like, oh, that means we're not drafting a quarterback. I'm like, your guys are idiots. If anything, ring the bell.
You don't have a bell. I don't have a bell sound effect.
I got a cowbell.
There, ring it.
You need more? We need more cowbell?
We need more cowbell. But OGR, I mean, I saw that too on Twitter a lot, that people are like, we're not drafting a quarterback now. We're not drafting a quarterback now. We got the cowbell. I like the cowbell. We're ringing the bell. We're ringing the bell for OGR.
Is there anything you don't have in that house?
Ring it for beer, though.
Ring for beer.
I mean, did you think, though? I mean, and I know you said your initial thought was like, yeah, we're probably going to quarterback. But if you had to give a percentage now, and maybe it's Malik, maybe it's not Malik. I mean, what is your thought process with this signing? Because I thought the same thing right off the bat. You have Davis Webb, who's going to be in the meeting rooms and gym rooms and, being the mentor. And then you got Tyrod Taylor, who's been the mentor for 3 other quarterbacks. It just makes sense.
It does. And I don't think it's for Daniel. I really don't. But the other thing is, I will say this, the Giants informally met with Matt Corral at the Combine.
I saw that.
So, and they did not meet with Malik, and they did not believe Desmond Ridder. But
I like it.
I don't know if you watch this, but the Giants released Joe Shane and Dable talking to quite a few guys in that room. And there was a guy, and he said something online, I think that guy's going to be available in round 2. If it's not Malik, I really do think the Giants, if you looked at the Giants draft board, they have they have Malik Willis, 1A, Desmond Ridder, 1B on their board. That's what I believe. So if they're not getting Malik in round 1, I see them going. And they met formally with Thibodeau, and they met formally with Devin Lloyd. I believe that's 5 and 7. And if Malik's not there, they're drafting Ridder in round 2. I think that's their 1A and 1B as far as quarterbacks.
Yeah,
There's no doubt in my mind.
Knows.
You're not taking quarterback in the top 5. You're taking one in the second round.
Everyone knows everyone knows I'm for Thibodeau and Lloyd at 5 and 7. I called that a week before everyone else started even talking about it, because the fact that it makes sense, because you fix your defense and then you could focus on the rest of the draft on your offense. And then you've already signed 2 offensive linemen, so you could still pick up a pretty good tackle in the second round to fill out your line spot.
But I mean, I know you're not going to like this name. Even if you think Peart could be a right tackle or whatever, maybe the Giants still believe him. I don't know. Which is far beyond it, but you can still go get yourself a development tackle in round 3, 4, or 5.
There's also the thing that even if Peart starts this year at right tackle, right, it's not ideal, right? But whatever we do, we are not going to fix all our issues by the end of this offseason, right? There is going to be a hole somewhere. So if that hold is at right tackle, that holds at right tackle. If that hold at edge is at edge. If it's a corner, whatever, there is going to be holes somewhere. We can't fix everything this year. And that's why I quite like what we've done so far. It is that we've made cost-effective moves that aren't necessarily going to be the guys that are here to make us good in 2025, but they improve our roster now without jeopardizing our future. And I think that's really good. And OGR, I think you're spot on that on the quarterback board, whether we're taking one or not. I think you're exactly right. It's Willis. It's Willis and Ridder as 1 and 2. And Ridder was a name, funny enough, that came to my mind when I saw that on earlier today. Although I thought the only other thing I had when I was watching that was I thought the body language between Dable and Shane was a bit weird in that meeting, but it felt a little bit staged for the cameras maybe, and that's why they looked a bit uncomfortable. But
now my big question about Matt from Connecticut, and I want everyone to answer this question. I'm not against Matt from Connecticut. I'm not. I said when they drafted him out of Connecticut, he's a developmental talent. It'll take maybe 3 to 4 years for him to even be with the starting full time at all, if being a starter at all. But I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was going to do a video on it tomorrow. Could he be an Eric Flowers situation? Could they move him to the inside? Could they move him into the guard position? We have an open guard position technically, and he has the size, he has the strength. He's got the back injury right now, but he's got the strength, and he's not going to need quickness in that interior line position. T-Brad, am I crazy thinking that Matt from Connecticut can go from tackle to guard?
Not at all. I was just getting ready to dive in on that subject. Sorry, I'm making myself a proper drink. I was getting ready to dive into that subject just a little bit by saying we got to get draft. We got to get new people, but we also got to develop the things that we have. Like some of, Gettleman's picks, maybe they weren't bust. They just weren't trained right or weren't in a system that worked for them. So, yeah, you kick them inside. Hey, you want a job or you don't. Yeah. So I think it's good to move these guys around who, maybe we find a diamond in the rough there, somebody who can get their career going.
Dom, do we kick the tires and light the fires and send them into the inside?
It's one for the O-line coaches to make that decision on, but I think it would improve versatility.
I don't have any of them on right now.
But I was just going to say it would improve versatility if it works. I don't think he's done it right tackle, but I think if it depends on what you want to go as I think at some point we'll draft a lineman. I think it depends. If we draft a tackle, then I think it's worth a shot and see how he goes because we're not fixing everything. So, Mr.
L, what about you?
To me, I don't know. I don't believe in. They call them cream puffs. That's what they called Matt Peart. They call him cream puffs because he does not hit. He doesn't hit the offensive line. He doesn't stabilize. He doesn't grab onto him, and he's just soft. So I don't know if you could fix soft. Maybe I don't think
you can.
Maybe with a different offensive lineman coach. But I don't know if you can fix soft. And if you soft, I don't know. There's no coming back from soft.
OG. R.
You just say OG, I'll still answer. You could probably call me ODB and I'd still answer. But anyways, I agree with everything that everybody said. And that's the one thing that we couldn't do under previous staffs is develop everybody well. And I'm eager to see what other guys have. They're gonna obviously kick the tires on Matt Peart. At the very least, he's a camp body. And yes, I do believe if you cannot play right tackle or any tackle position in the NFL, the next thing to do is to slide you in. If you do have a decent size to you and decent athletic ability, and why not? I mean, that's what good teams do. They try and find a home for a player, even if it's not, it's not what they drafted them for. Essentially, that's what good teams do. I mean, optimally, every team would love to keep every draft pick every year. So it just makes complete sense.
Well, you know what? And LJ says the best in the comments. I know the Malik Willis Express is coming to town, but the Ritter isn't back.
On the board, the Malik Willis Express.
It's going to be the Express.
Because I got a question.
I don't have a Ritter sound effect.
You need one, though.
I know I do.
Just in case.
I'm building a freaking app. I want
with ringtones.
Sound effects. Is that enough? Isn't the app enough? What's your question, what's your question to you, Brad? I see LJ. LJ, why aren't you jumping into the chat?
These quarterbacks have been moving around. Wait, hold on. I'm looking this. We got 5 on it. We're killing it. So with these quarterbacks, they've been moving around. I think this person's here. I think this person's there. Who do you think is going to drop out of the big 4 or the big 5, however many you think there are?
Kenny Pickett.
Who's going to be the last? Who's going to be the last of the Mohicans out of Matt Carroll, Riddler, Pickett, and the Willis Express? Who we think's going last?
Oh, Pickett easy. Hand size is going to freak teams out.
L, what do you think is going to drop?
Yeah, I probably have to go with Pickett. Just because he doesn't offer the same athleticism as the other ones, and we know where the NFL is going. They want the athlete, the one that could run, throw. Everybody's looking for the next Mahomes.
But he broke every one of Dan Marino's records at Pitt by playing an extra year.
For 5 years. I could break Dan Marino.
Just that
for 5 years.
Dom, who's your dropper? If you have a quarterback dropper,
Pickett falls the furthest because he had a long way to fall, but I don't think he'll be the last. I think it'll probably be either the Ritter because he's going to be a second-round pick, or Corral's injuries, etc. Might just freak people out. But Pickett will be the biggest drop, no question on that. But he won't be the last of those to go.
I'm, with T-Brad's Last of the Mohicans. Whatever happens, stay alive. I will find you. I am going to have to go. And I actually saw it just in the chat a second ago. I'm going Carson Strong. I think Carson had this big buildup coming into the combine. And people worry about people worry about Malik's accuracy. Carson Strong looked terrible throwing little out patterns, throwing little sideline patterns. I mean, he looked god awful. And I know people will say, and people always say that Malik looked good because he was just in shorts and a tank top and there was no one coming after him. What do you say about
all in shorts and
terrible? But what do you say about a guy that looked terrible in shorts and a tank top with no one coming after him?
That's just somebody being overly critical, in my opinion. Somebody being overly critical. I think Riddler is going to scare some people off. Even I don't think Riddler's going to be last. I think like Strong, I don't even have in a conversation for me. But I think it might be Carroll. I do not think Pickett will be the last. I think him beating Dan Marino's records, Burrows with the small hands, and Pickett with the small hands, and I think there's going to be somebody who looks at Kenny Pickett's rise the same way they look at Joe Burrow.
Oh, I still think Pickett's going in the top 20. I don't care. I don't think they care about his hand size.
The last quarterback off the board.
Yeah, I think he's going to
go
go
out of the big guys, out of the big names.
Yeah, I mean, well, to me, Pickett was the biggest name coming into the season. You know, I don't think he was any bigger.
To me, Pickett is Werfel 1.0.
Werfel, wouldn't he be Werfel 2.0? Danny Werfel, man.
Hey, come on, man. That's bad, man. At least give him credit for being able to keep.
How many records did Danny Werfel
break?
break?
Keep his helmet forward. Danny
Werfel win the Heisman? Didn't he break all these records in college? He broke all these records.
but he played in a different. They didn't play like more of a pro type.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, you could say the same thing about Tim Tebow. You could say anything about you could even go back to Heath Schuler. Who went, I think, second or third overall to Washington that year, the same year they took Gus Frerotte.
But at least Heath Schuler had an arm, though. He can sling it. That boy.
Well, we got more breaking giant. No, it's NBA news. Who's got a question? LJ. I mean, LJ. Why do I keep saying LJ? Because I want LJ to come in the chat because he's coming in on. He's coming to the thing. Anyone got a question? Question?
I'll keep him firing. It don't matter to me.
Well, L, you got a question first? You already had a question, T-Brad.
No, to me it was more of like, what do we do at 5 and 7? Given if Malik is off the board, then we go what? Do we go all line or we do defense? Or what do you guys think?
I think you were sleeping when we answered this about an hour ago.
My question is going to be all over again. I'm cool.
I wasn't on. Sorry.
Yeah, you were.
No, it's cool. It's cool for me.
I'm still going Thibodeau and Lloyd.
My answer may change.
All right, we'll go OGR because he wasn't on.
No, same here. 100%. I mean, I said that probably 5-10 minutes ago. So,
I know, but it'd be nice. This is the new improved Tim. This is the new me. LJ's working. Well, LJ, I don't want to hear about LJ. Your excuses are your own. Go in the closet, go in the bathroom, and you log in on your phone.
Exactly. Nobody's going to question you if you're on the shit or talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's more important, your job or your social life? Like,
what's more important? Priorities, LJ. Priorities.
You want to take care of your
you're talking to John.
What is that?
The best news is when the app comes out, you could take a crap and watch the live stream and be on the live stream via the app. It's a crap app.
Good name.
You should market it that way too.
Good name.
If we don't trade Bradberry, do we cut him or do we extend him?
Who is this?
If we don't trade Bradberry,
he's on a 1 year deal, so he's got 1 year left. So they're gonna. I don't know about Dom. What do you think? I need some coffee. What do you think?
The question was if you can't trade Bradberry, I think you will be able to. You'll get something for him. But I think you're going to need some salary. So I think you're going to have to cut him because I think you're going to need some salary cap. I don't see any other way of making it work. But ideally, in that situation, you'd let him play out. But I think you'd have to cut him.
OGR, tell those kids no mac and cheese.
No, something just dinged on my phone. Repeat that, Tim.
I said, tell those kids no mac and cheese. Because I hear someone's kids. No mac and cheese for you.
Oh, yeah, but I do actually have a quick question for everybody. If I'm not mistaken, like when are we supposed to be under the cap? Wasn't it today?
Today,
By 4 o'clock today.
At 4 o'clock today, we were 8 million with the rule of 51 over.
So
I don't. Well, the problem is we never got the full details of any of the contracts. We did find out that that Glowinski was only $3.5 million in salary for this year. His cap number was, I believe, the 1 year deal was not very much for Feliciano, and I'm not sure 100% what the cap. But like I said, we never got the restructure because I think it was like 6 and 6 or a little bit more. For the number that we were dropping for Shep and Blake. So it was going to be close. And the rule of 51, people forget you have to add those contracts, and those contracts are going to roll into the rule of 51. But Dom, are you Googling?
No, sorry, I can check. But the latest I had was it hadn't updated. So
I think we were about 8 over, but without all the maneuvering.
Yeah, it hasn't. I haven't got an update. Let me see if I can find it on a different website.
Too late. Estimated cap space rule 51, 8 million. -8. Yeah, that's what I knew.
And don't we need at least a minimum to 11 or 12 just for the draft?
Well, the draft. Well, so you got to remember, you have to have your rookie pool, but none of that counts until after the start of the season, the last day of training camp. That's when all that starts.
I do understand that, but still, you still have to get.
You still have to
under the cap plus that.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, it's at some point in time, yes, that's what you have to at some point.
Plus all the other players we're going to need to fill out the roster.
If we get rid of Daniel Jones, that's $4.5 million in cap savings.
Brilliant. That'll get us a hamburger.
I do think he's traded, and I think he's traded. I just don't know if it. You're not going to get much for him with the neck.
How much you? What do you think?
I don't know how true this is, but they're saying the Raiders offered a 5th round for Bradberry.
I would have taken that. He's not going to be on the team. You know it. You need something from him.
So I don't know if that's coming or I don't know.
I think you take it unless you've got other teams also interested, at which point you might want to play them off against each other. But if the Raiders are the only ones in town, you take it.
Yeah, if that's the only one playing, yeah.
I mean, guys, we asked this question earlier of Tim, but for the other two, what is the lowest you would take for Daniel Jones right now? Like genuinely, what would you accept? Because generally speaking, quarterbacks you can get more trade value for, but with that neck, I think it's going to be quite tough.
I'll answer this like a boomer bust. I think the best we get is a 3rd and a 5th. I'm okay with like a 4th or a 5th.
Damn,
yeah, I'd take a 5th right now for Daniel Jones if it was offered to me.
I'd say I'd take a 4th. Yeah, 5th, whatever.
I would take this dead battery.
I'd take a lawn chair. I'd take a lawn chair.
Because it is like 70 degrees outside.
Oh, lovely.
I'll take a lawn
fully
chair.
Dead? There could be still a little juice in it, Tim.
No, it's totally dead. This is totally dead. I'm saving this. I'm putting in the freezer. I'm saving this because I don't know why. I just found it in the middle of my desk.
When is Daniel Jones getting traded then is the question. Is it during the draft or post June 1st?
I say if Daniel Jones gets traded, it's going to be before the draft because you don't want people collecting a quarterback asset in the draft. And also, if you're a team that wants Daniel Jones, you don't want to draft a quarterback and then all of a sudden be able to trade for Daniel Jones. Dahmer?
Yes. I think the big thing will be they will definitely want to do a full medical, et cetera, as well. So that may well scupper any potential deal that might well happen.
Now,
as soon as possible.
No. Before we get into that, T-Brad.
I don't think nobody's going to trade us for Daniel Jones. I just don't. But at the same time, if that did happen, I don't think it'll happen at the draft. I think it'll happen like sometime mid-season if we draft a quarterback. Get him out there, let him play a little bit before we turn it over to Tyrod to give it to Malik. And maybe at the trade deadline, let Daniel Jones have some good games and then get rid of him. They're still going to see what they have in Daniel Jones, I believe. I don't believe they're going to get rid of him before then.
Skylar Saul says, "What's up, guys? OGR, who do you think, or where do you think Jones could go?"
That was actually going to be my question. So my vote right now, I think Seattle is looking to rebuild, and right now you just need to put out product on the field. As far as I know, they don't really have any quarterback behind Russell Wilson that's starter, would be able to start right away. I could see Seattle saying, okay, we'll sacrifice a little bit of draft capital, go take Daniel Jones, maybe go get another quarterback in the draft. I don't know. I mean, it's really that's the hardest thing is placing Daniel Jones on a team. But if I had to, I'd say Seattle.
I got a good landing spot for Daniel Jones.
All right, we'll go to you, Brad. Then we're going to L.
I got a good one.
All right.
Don't say the USFL.
No. I'm not gonna be sarcastic.
I said USFL in Canada. Oh, wait, you're not allowed to be sarcastic?
I'm not gonna be sarcastic. I'm not gonna.
Well, evidently you're on the wrong show, T-Brad.
T-Brad, it's okay.
This is full of sarcasm.
If you want to say the New York Generals, it's okay.
This is full of sarcasm, my friend.
No.
All right, be sarcastic. I mean, not sarcastic.
The Sharks. Willie Beeman is getting old. Really, the Atlanta Falcons. If Atlanta can get him for like a 4th and 5th and sit him behind the old Matt Ryan, that might not be a bad spot for Daniel Jones. Not going to rush him. Get in there and get, a decent contract or something. Put him on a prove-it deal. Matt Ryan's probably leaving. Couple years. That's a good spot for him.
We got to acknowledge the Tuto Super Chat because I actually know this by heart. Tim, dropping by the office to pay your proper respects for all the Giant fans around the world, slapping them stinky boy losers out the door. I got that memorized because I love the Tuto. There are certain people that you just love when they're screen when it pops up, and that's just Tuto is always just one that makes me smile. So, L, where are you sending him? The bags are packed. The car door is open.
It really is going to come down to what happens with Deshaun Watson too.
That's true.
How those dominoes fall too, because whoever's left without a chair is going to go and call the Giants.
Nice.
Or propose a trade to the Giants for Daniel Jones.
Tom, where are you shipping him? And you're not sending him COD.
I think El's got it spot on. I think it depends on who picks up Watson and any other quarterback moves that may happen. Although I think that'll be the last of the big ones. I'm struggling to see a real destination for him right now. If the Saints possibly because they are going to be struggling with the cap and he's quite cheap.
That's where he's
going. I could also see Saints
if
they ship Garoppolo.
No.
Jimmy's going to be too expensive for New Orleans, and that's why I think I could see that.
I'm going to explain this to you. He's going to the Saints. I've said this before. He's going to the Saints for a 4th rounder. He fits under the cap right now for him because they got multitudes of problems. Jameis Winston's coming off the injury, and he's not a long-term solution for the Saints. They need someone to feel good about the Drew Brees. They need someone to feel good after losing the Breeze. They need something. They want stability. They want something in there they can say, look, this guy is a former 6th overall pick, and he had a 400-yard game in the Dome. And I think
the Dome will help.
And I think if you send him anywhere, you send him to a Dome team. Because, like I said, everything for Daniel Jones needs to be perfect. And if you play 8 games in the Dome, you're not going to deal with the weather. You're not going to deal with adverse fans unless they boo you at home. But you have the perfect conditions because everyone always says the line has to be perfect. The wide receivers need to be open. The blocking has to be spectacular. The running back has to be good for Daniel Jones to succeed. Where's the better place to do that than in the Dome?
Absolutely.
And they will have probably been impressed by his game down there earlier this season, where he played behind a bad O-line and threw, 400 yards he threw there, near enough? Yeah. And he beat them. And look, it was a very good game plan from Garrett, but Jones played very, very well in that game. And I think that will have left an impression on them, and he's cheap.
That's right.
Guys, my phone's dying, so I'm going to have to step out here.
Okay, no problem.
It was appreciated.
Hey, well, Joe, I appreciate you always dropping and stopping by. It was fun. And OGR will be on the big draft stream on Orthodox Easter on the 26th. So that's a Sunday.
And what time is that going to be?
10:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, the normal 10:30 show.
Normal 10:30 stream. Not changing it for anybody.
Nice. I'll be available.
Because I'm not getting up earlier. I'm not getting up later. I'm not picking another team when it's like 70.
Oh, man. Zach is a dreamer.
What is Zach saying?
Ooh, that's a dreamer.
And get Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, that would be a dream. That would be a dream. I think we would all wake up.
We'd have to give them some champagne room time at Poppycockers for them to take that deal.
Listen, if that happened, Joe Shane is the greatest general manager in the history of the universe.
I didn't realize Bill O'Brien was the general manager at the Saints these days.
He's the best general manager on Glocko 6 over in the Andromedum Galaxy. That's how big he would be if he could pull that off.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'd definitely take it. Definitely,
it's not going to happen, boys. It's not going to happen.
I know. What's Lord Dyson say? We have a chance to draft a great
and
team.
we can buy an offensive line. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's going to happen. I mean, this. Come on, you got to do it. But T-Bird, if you're going to do it, if you're going to dig, you got to do it like Cyrus. Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
Thank you. I was just watching the Warriors the other day.
It wasn't us. It was the Warriors.
It's the
Warriors. Oh man, age showing right here. Age showing.
LJ's on it. LJ's on it.
Q smoking.
Gentlemen, that brings me to my next point.
It's Daniel Jones. It's Daniel.
Gentlemen, what brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
Yeah, I know where that button is. We got a two-toe super chat. Big Tim, when are you coming to Italy to teach us how to beat the hell out of opponents in the World Cup? Name your price. I would go to Italy for free. Except I don't think you want me to teach anything because I'm dirty. I told my son once. There's no such thing as fighting dirty. there's no such thing in that. There's no rule when you're fighting. There's no rules. There's no Queensberry rules of etiquette when you fight or when you play football. We had no rules because for those that have never played football, I don't know how many of you guys played in high school or college. When you're in the bottom of the pile, so many bad things are going on in that pile.
It goes down.
So many bad things happen.
Yeah,
but I appreciate.
I didn't play American football, obviously, but I played rugby and the same sort of thing. Like when you're down there, you're.
Yeah, there's
no one can see now.
There are no rules. There are no rules whatsoever.
Yeah, it goes down.
Who's got a question? Who's got a question in the room here? And these four handsome gentlemen. Okay, well, evidently we're gonna end the show. Nobody has.
I'm about to say now. I got one.
Because nobody's got a freaking question.
So
I had a question regarding Shep. Knowing that Shep ain't coming back till probably like halfway through the season because that ACL is gonna take time for him.
Well, Shep has the Achilles.
Yeah, but he's not coming. He's gonna be missing probably at least 4 to 5 games. Huh?
I would say he's going to at least miss 4 games minimum because an Achilles we've said this a million times. Achilles has nothing to do with the turf. If I see that one more time, someone has dealt with the damn turf, has nothing to do with the freaking turf. It's a repetitive stress injury on the tendon like you use when you push off repeatedly from the line. If I see that on Twitter one more time, I'm going to still go on Twitter.
Yeah.
So the turf has injured him. So how long do we
So we got to get rid of that turf. So what's going to happen?
We just lost Dom. Forever.
But we got to get rid of the stadium anyway. I'm just helping Grant out.
Grant Anderson, where are you? Here we go. Grant, where were you at the stadium? Send Jones home to the Carolina Panthers for a 4th rounder. It's his home team. Do you really think the Carolina Panthers
They just got burnt. They're not doing that again.
Please with Darnold.
they're not going to the New York well anywhere. They go to New York well and go. That shit is poison.
Yeah, they're playing we missed on Sam Darnold. New York. No, thank you.
You can see the process now. We missed on Sam Darnold. Who the hell do we get to win that can save this? Daniel Jones.
What's going on with Bradberry? Right now, nothing's going on with Bradberry. Bradberry is not going to. There's no rush to move Bradberry until June. I mean, once you get under the cap, you can then be over the cap. Once you get under the 51, once you get under with the rule of 51, you can then be over. Because You could sign I think you only sign 90 guys, but you could sign 90 guys at $10 million a piece, but only the top 51 contracts count until the last day of training camp. So they're not going to rush unless they get blown away by some deal and say, hey, who's this Lord Dyson? Who deserves to play next to Andrew Thomas? Dom, who should we play next to Andrew Thomas?
I mean, right now, Glowski, right? But it depends on whether we draft someone. I think you can get value. I think we're drafting offensive lineman in the second round, if not the third. So it depends on who comes in. If Zion Johnson's the guy, then I think you put him there as your long-term sort of left guard.
T-Red?
It's got to be in the draft. For me, I think you just draft somebody to play alongside of them. I'm not sure what we got going on with these new people that we brought in, how good they're going to be, where they're going to be. So you just draft somebody.
L?
It's got to be Glow, right? Or Shane
right
Lemieux.
now, actually.
Glow or Shane Lemieux, let him battle it out. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Glow. You paid him all that money.
Well, the good news is we didn't pay him. And a lot of these people, you know what? I got a question for you because I'm looking at the Twitter sphere.
Well, I mean, you paid him more money than Shane, for sure.
Oh, yeah, you're paying more than Shane. Austin Hooper got released by the Browns, tight end. And I've said this before. I am not going with Austin Hooper. I said this before. I'm going to go Hayden Hurst if I need to sign a tight end out of Atlanta. What are your guys' thoughts on Austin Hooper coming? And he's not going to come to the Giants because he's going to want money.
It's too expensive straight away. It's too expensive. I mean, I'll take him, but he ain't coming.
That's what she said.
Sorry, Dom, you walked into that one.
How do you guys feel about Sauce Gardner?
You know what? I'm just going to let T-Brad run the show because he's already reading the comments. Go ahead, T-Brad.
My bad. I'm just reading.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. All right, everyone. This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing the best in here at Giant Sports Talk and Entertainment. We got a special guest host today. It's the T-Brad. T-Brad will be totally taking over the show, and I'm just going to sit here and be quiet.
No, I'm not taking over the show.
It's all right. Tim's not going to sit there and be quiet.
Oh, wow. How do you guys feel about Sauce Gardner? There we go. He gave it. Can't just be quiet. So I guess you guys will answer. How do you guys feel about Sauce Gardner?
Go on, T-Brad. You got the mic. Go for it.
For me, well, Sauce Gardner, you know, I love the skills. I absolutely love the guy's skills, but I just don't think he's the Giants type of player. He's like brash, he's braggadocious, very confident, you know, and I don't think like arrogant, but just not the type of player the Giants would get. But I think talent-wise, if we grabbed him at 7, I wouldn't mind.
I had to come back in for braggadocious. Supercalifragilistic braggadocious.
Yeah.
That's right. He's proud of himself. He gets
the
it
last
done.
guy that was like that, we signed him and then traded him.
Yeah. And that guy won a Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah,
he just did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I'm failing to remember his name.
Like it was a letter.
Like that.
No, Beckham's a soccer player. Look, I know stuff about soccer.
He owns an MLS team.
Okay.
I mean, he's got...
Come on, man, stop that. Because I can't put the comments.
yeah, we need him to do that. But thankfully, we're not through that.
Okay.
L, what would you do with Sauce? Would you take him or not?
Who, me?
Yeah,
You're supposed to read the freaking comments.
Yeah, I know, but we're not done with the last one. So
yeah,
I'm bored of that one. Go to the next comment.
I feel like beat writers make Twitter users look smart sometimes.
They're both in the same world, right? Clicks.
Yeah. Dom?
They're both in the same world. Clicks. How about you guys?
What'd you say, brother?
Trade down. I'm assuming this is about the 7th pick rather than taking Sauce. I'm assuming this is what Honeypot wants.
Yeah, Honeypot, I agree. 7, you can trade down just because the draft is so deep. Paul.
It depends on the
draft is so deep.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I knew. That's why I said pause.
He can't stay quiet, right? Al, would you trade down 7th pick if you could, assuming you can?
Double L.
Can you hear us? That's the question.
His mic muted.
I'm here. Sorry. Yeah. Are we trading down? I don't know.
Yeah. So Honeypot's talking about trading down the 7th pick. I'm assuming the 7th.
For what? What are we trading down to? Though?
Well, I mean, where to exactly? You don't know.
Could be anywhere.
Would you consider it, or you just stand pat?
No, I'm standing pat. I need to build this thing right, man. I need the best chance that I got. And if the 7th round pick, I know I get an impact player, then I need to take that impact player because I have nothing in my roster that's impact. You name me an impact player that we have.
Every time my phone rings, I get bumped out.
So.
Well, then turn off your damn phone. I guess you can't.
I was going to say that would definitely kick him out.
Oh, now he's back. I'm going to do a shameless plug for a minute here for the people that don't know. Online Big Blue, and hopefully the next couple of days, is launching an app, and you can go to the Google Play Store and find the Online Big Blue mobile app. You'll be able to follow us on Twitter. You'll be able to watch our videos. You'll be able to comment on live streams. You'll be able to follow the podcast. This is a little bit of the sample of the app. The app is going to be 100% free because I can't figure out how to charge for it. And there's going to be no advertisements on the app. And if it works, there is a God. That's all I'm going to say because guys, I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work. So.
We're willing for Willis and willing for the app.
We might be out to.
Oh, it's finally happening.
We're willing. I can't find the button. Damn it!
That's what she said.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Don't push it. There we go. Willing for the app. Okay, I had to find the right one. Oh, and T. Brad is back. T. Brad, we missed you. We hardly knew you. Where were you? Your mic's not connected.
My bad. I don't know, man. People are calling me, and when they call, the daggone phone doesn't have it. It keeps turning off the volume, so I can't hear anybody talking. So I got to leave and come back.
Papa Lou says, I'm from Trenton. Laugh out loud. So you know Tyrod Oak.
Okay, Trenton.
It used to be owned by Billy Briggs. Billy Briggs passed away a couple of years ago. Back about 10 years ago. But it's right there, Hamilton/Trenton. You know, they never know what they call it. You never know where you live in Hamilton or Trenton. But if you go, they're actually having their big, St. Patrick's Day party tomorrow. I'm going to give them a shameless plug at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're going to have a food truck and beer in the back. They sent me an email. Let me see here. I think Detroit is going to take Willis at 2. What does everyone think? I don't know if T. Brad's head hurts because of the fact that he drank that so quickly and he's got a brain.
Like that just hurt my feelings hearing it.
So what
hurt my feelings hearing it. It could happen. It could happen. But I don't want to put that juju in the air. I don't want to put that spirit in the air.
That's right, because we're willing for Willis.
I don't think they will. I think they're going to roll Goff. I mean, Goff for another year, you could put Willis behind him, but I think they're still in on Goff at the moment.
Al?
I hope not, but that is definitely if the Jags take Hutch, right? Which is what we're thinking. I don't know. They're definitely not going to take an offensive tackle.
Here we go. Is a good question from Derek Ramirez. Hey, Derek, haven't seen you. You're a little late jumping in the stream. You always seem to jump in towards the end when we're leaving. If Deshaun gets traded to either Carolina or the Saints, what are the chances that Houston takes Malik at 3? I'm concerned about Detroit and any trade-ups. I'm concerned about that as well. And if they trade, I've always said if they trade him, that you got to be worried. You got to be worried about not only the Lions, but the Texans as well. Dommel?
I can see the Texans taking a quarterback more than the Lions, funny enough. I could see the Lions potentially trading out the spot to take one. I still think the Lions will roll with Goff. I don't know why. I just have a feeling I think that they want to put some pieces around him.
But do you think the Texans believe in Mills?
No, I think he did well last year, but I don't think they think he's a starting quarterback.
I like that answer. No. T. Brad.
Well, if it happens, I tell you what, then we need to call Houston. Like, hey, we got Daniel Jones for you. Don't grab that rookie. He's erratic. I would definitely get worried. I would definitely get worried if Houston trades Deshaun or trades. It can all go bad because Deshaun's been. I mean, not Deshaun, but Malik Willis has been showing off, and everybody's now on the train. Everybody's trying to get the express to pull in.
Derek, I didn't see you, my friend. He says, I've been here since the beginning. Were you commenting since the beginning? Because I'm going through all the comments, and I do not see a Derek Ramirez comment. And I'm crazy enough to go through all the comments. So what do you think, Al?
Did I tell you what I thought?
I know, but I wasn't paying attention. So at least I'm honest. At least I'm honest.
You did on Detroit. I didn't hear on Texans.
I didn't hear on the Texans.
Oh man, then we're done. We're done. If the Texans are there.
Okay, he said he was done. I don't know why so quickly. Come on, you walked into that one.
Then that's it. That's it. We're not Malik Willis anymore.
Would you trade up to get Malik Willis? Says the honeypot. T-Brad, would you trade for Malik? Would you trade to get the quarterback of the future? The greatest quarterback since Dan Marino? Since Joe Montana?
No, because like we said, I'm not sure.
Okay, well, if he doesn't want to trade for my quarterback, he can sit in timeout as well. Have you learned your lesson? Do we know what the answer is now?
Forgive me for having an opinion.
That's not.
I'm not gonna do it.
So again, he's gonna sit there and wait. All right, I'm gonna forgive you, T-Brad. I love you, man. I'm gonna forgive you.
If I have to give up both my first, absolutely not. A first and a third, maybe.
I was gonna say, let's say the Giants need to jump to 3, so they're gonna go from 5 to 3. And you sit there and go, okay, I will give you the 5th, and I will give you a 4th rounder. And they say, okay. Then do you trade?
That's a good trade. That's a good trade.
Dom?
I think if the GM thinks that Willis is the quarterback, then and you think there's a risk of not getting him, then yes. Do I do it if I'm on the GM? Then no.
Al?
No. Too much. You need.
I don't even want to hear the rest of that answer. You all know what the answer is. The answer is yes. You know what? I'm done with all of you. I'm done with all of them. Because you know what? They all need to sit in timeout until they learn. If you don't understand, Malik Willis, bring him the boom. You got to bring the boom to MetLife. Let's get some excitement back in the stadium. Let's get Baby Vic rolling along here.
Meanwhile, while you're on your own there, in my head, I just had the Team America, I'm so well we tune singing in my head.
That's another great movie that never gets any credit.
America.
Hell yes, saving the mother blanket day now. Guys, it is 6:02 here in the PM. My dinner will be ready in 18 minutes.
If it doesn't explode.
I'm not sure. I think it is, but we're going to have to find out. I'm going to give everyone their final thoughts of the day, of the evening. We're going to start with T-Brad.
Man, I was waiting to go in at the end.
Okay, well, you know what, T-Brad, now you've lost that. You're not leading off. You're now going to back clean up. Dahmer, you always have something in mind. You always think about this ahead of time. You sit there, you write things down, you pontificate for days on what you're going to say for your final thought. Dom, what is it?
But
Can I go?
No, yeah, go out. I actually do have something to go. Go out.
All right, baby.
For all those that pontificated on the 2018 draft, that was the quarterback draft, do not believe the hype that this year's quarterback draft is not up to par, or is, as they say, does not have the quarterback, does not have the ready-made quarterback. Because what 2018 proved, that none of those top quarterbacks, especially Sam Darnold, who was the 3rd overall pick of that draft, was not even close to what a franchise quarterback used to be. So whatever is being, because I watch NFL Network, I watch ESPN, and they're saying none of those quarterbacks are even deemed like first-round picks or even some of them are second or third round picks. I just don't believe that, because if you're basing it on 2018, I mean, the only guys that were deemed first rounds and were taken, I think they were taken in the last or the better half of the first round was the guy from Buffalo, Allen
at 10.
And then what was the face? The guy from
Lamar Jackson at 32.
And Lamar Jackson. So
Mason Rudolph even went 76.
Right. So that to me just tells you don't believe the hype.
All right. I like that one. Okay.
Can you go to LJ's comment? So
okay, LJ. LJ, where's LJ? Oh, LJ's coming. Do you have this written down? Dom, you never.
Of course I don't have it written down. I fail to think of something every single week, even though I know he's going to ask. If I wrote it down, I'd be bloody
we got a comment from Paul before we get into it. Paul says, Tim, assuming the Giants do not draft Malik Willis, would you be okay if they end up with the best available tackle and defensive end at 5'7", if two highly positional value spots to be filled? I'd be fine at it. Here's my thing. The only way I'd be fine is if Malik Willis is gone and we don't draft him at 5 or 7.
What happens if the best offensive tackle is Charles Cross?
That's what happens. I'm a Jaguar fan. Okay.
That was a good one.
Okay. Who's going next? Did either T-Brad or did the Dahmer? Did anyone think of a final thought?
Oh, yeah, I got something. I was looking at the question. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. The Giants have got to draft a playmaker. I know we got the kid Tony who sat on the sidelines last year, but Shepard's leaving. He's staying as a good locker room guy. Let's get one of these. I don't even care if it's like Christian Watson late, but get us one of these fast guys. I really like the guy from Penn State, but get us one of these fast guys who can play in space, because we don't have any. That was it.
Dom?
Where would you take one? What round?
No. There's no questions to the question.
Come on, no.
Dom? Dom, who's in charge? Who's in charge?
T-Brad is.
Who's in charge?
T-Brad is. You put him in charge.
Okay, well, T-Brad's gone now. Who's in charge? Dom,
I'll pick up with you later, T-Brad.
This is the biggest final thought there is. This will end the show. This will make or break the stream. This will either be the greatest moment in the history of your life, or it'll be a Tuesday or a Wednesday for you.
No pressure, Don.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. So anyway, to take us out with a big thought, this nonsense that we're sort of seeing on social media and around the beat writers around the Barkley, stuff. We've got to stop getting excited about this, guys. Like, if he goes, then fine. If he stays, he's fine. But there's absolutely no substance behind this nonsense that's going on right now. It's really, really genuinely irritating me. And if we're trading Barkley, I don't see it being like right now. It's going to be weeks or months before that happens, if it happens at all. So can we just stop getting excited about stuff when there is no substance behind it? That's my big plea, not just with Barkley, but with any of this sort of stuff. So that's my final view and slight rant, my polite English rant.
We only hit 52 likes. So there are 46 people in the room right now. I want all 46 to like on the count of 3, because I want to see that number go up from 52 to 46 plus 52 to 4,978. All right, on the count of 3. You ready, guys? We're going to see if this works. Ready? Get the like button ready. T-Brad's in there going,
and with maths like that, that's why Tim isn't becoming a capologist anytime soon.
Here we go. On the count of 3. T-Brad got a phone call. 1, 2, 3, like.
Hit it.
I want to rock right now. I'm a bass and I can't.
I already like.
I'm not internationally known because I'm known throughout the microphone because I get stupid. I mean, outraged. Stay away from me. Contagious because I'm a man now. No, not a leaser. Being MC is what I choose. A ladies, lovely. Girls adore me. Never only like.
Get him 10.
There you go with the T. I love Rob Bass. Make the thing go right. Make the thing go, get out of sight.
The
All right,
greatest
guys.
white rapper since Eminem is Tim from Online Big Blue.
That's right. There's the only place they let me rap where I don't look like I'm crazy. I rap in the supermarket.
What, on the counter?
No, I just literally rap sometimes in the aisles. It's not easy, but it's not easy being me.
No.
All right, guys. It's been fun. It's been 2 hours and 9 minutes. I was gonna say 6 hours. We're gonna have the stream on Sunday at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, talking everything hopefully going on with the draft, and everything else that's going on. Don't forget, if you did not know, Online Big Blue is we're launching a mobile app, which will first be in the Don. Where it's gonna first be?
On the Google Play Store.
On the Google Play Store. It's right now being I don't know. They're I don't know what it's called.
They're checking to make sure that it's not illicit activity that's going on.
Actually, I think that's what they do, because they said it takes 3 days after you submit it, and I submitted it yesterday. So if you there'll be 2 versions of the app. The app is going to be free, because like I said, I don't know how to charge for it. If I knew how to charge for it, I'd probably charge for it. No, I'm just kidding. I had some free giveaway to everyone, because you know what? So many people put up with my shit, and I'm honest. And I'm honest about that. I have a lot to deal with. I'm a handful. So, but I do appreciate all the subscribers, all the friends, all the people. I appreciate El dropping by as always. The Dahmer, T-Brad, hope that's the second drink and not the first, because it is 70 something degrees outside. I'm going to go take out the bike. I'm going to say goodnight. Everyone else, close it out. Say, we're going to start with, give your farewell. T-Brad, what's your farewell?
Take care. Be safe, everybody.
El, what's your farewell?
We out.
We out. Dahmer. Take it out.
It's good. It's good night for me, and it's good night from. Don't worry, just balls it up, Tim. Don't worry about it.
And Dom brought us down to 0 again. And T-Brad's eating some pasta. All right, guys, we're outie. See you tomorrow. See you.